Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back to show off some more plunder that I have acquired over the last little while. This is part 2 of my double 2022 releases video that I'm recording today. Again, got a lot of cool stuff to show you, so I'm just going to get right into it, try not to ramble too much. This first one is actually the reason that I ended up placing an order through Personal Records down in Mexico. I did not realize this album had come out on CD. I've had the tape, so when I saw it was on CD, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get that, and that is Plasmodulated with the self-titled. And yeah, this is a death metal band out of Gainesville, Florida. Not sure exactly when it formed, but it is the side project of Mike Colby of Warflurch. This is his debut demo with this project. Put out on tape by Gurgling Gore, limited to 300 copies, and then Personal Records handled the CD, which, like I said, I did not realize that it came out on CD, so when I saw this, I had to get it because this is an absolutely killer demo. Definitely going to be making it onto my year-end list. Next up, another, really, I would think, really well-known band within the death metal scene. Yeah, this is their first album, and God, I don't remember when they actually put out a last album. But yeah, this is the Chasm, or the Chasm, however you want to pronounce it. The Scars of a Lost Reflective Shadow. Yeah, death metal, originally out of Mexico, now based in Chicago, Illinois. Been around since 1992. This is the 9th full-length album from this band. Put out digitally by Daniel Corchado's own label, Lux Inframundus Productions. And then Nameless Grave handled the tape version, which I have. And the CD was put out by Vic Records. Really good album. These guys have honestly never disappointed me. I've been a fan of them for quite a while now. I own most, I think, of their albums. I think there might be one or two that I am missing. But yeah, really happy to get a new one from this band. And I actually also have a new shirt from them, which is like the first one I've ever had. So I'm really excited about that as well. Next up, Goat Whore, Angels Hung from the Arches of Heaven. Black death thrash metal band out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Been around since 1997. This is their 8th full-length album, their first in 5 years on Metal Blade Records. And in those 5 years, they have not lost any of their piss and vinegar attitude and their aggression. This is an absolute banger of an album. Definitely one that's probably going to end up making it onto my year-end list. And honestly, they have never disappointed me, and they put on a killer live show. I was so happy I got to see them live, and then to have, Ben Falgoust, the vocalist, actually acknowledge me and my nephew, because we were kind of in a little VIP area off to the side, and we were the only ones standing up for their set, and he just, looked at us, was like, pointed at both of us and was like, and that was definitely one of the highlights of that particular night. So yeah, killer band, killer album. This one, I've only heard one song off of this so far. I've had a lot going on, so I haven't had a chance to listen to the whole thing. But this is Flesh Rot with Unburied Corpse. Of course, Flesh Rot, death metal out of Lubbock, Texas. Been around since 2019. This is their debut full-length album put out by Misako Un Ojo Records. And I really liked their other release that I have from it. It's just, I think it's an EP, might be a demo that I have on cassette. I really dug that, and I really liked what the one song that I got to hear off of this. So yeah, looking forward to jamming the rest of that. Next up, Illusinus with The Machine. Death metal band out of Redwood City, California. Been around since 2007. This is the band's 2nd EP overall, put out by Savard Records, limited to 100 copies. And yeah, this is some absolutely savage sounding death metal. Definitely recommend checking this one out. Next up, Morbicon of Mournful Twilight. Look at that artwork. I have got to find a shirt in my size with this artwork on it, because this is badass, as is this album. Yeah, this is a black thrash band with members based out of the U.S. and Finland, and actually contains members of Fintroll, Municipal Waste, among others. And this is their debut full-length album put out by Tank Crimes. And holy shit, this is so damn good. I cannot recommend this one highly enough. I've been seeing it get a lot of hype, and it definitely lived up to it. Go check this one out. Next up, I actually just got this, I want to say yesterday. Yeah, it might have been yesterday. So I have not had a chance to check it out yet. This is Ripped to Shreds with Jubian, or Ubian, however you pronounce that. Ripped to Shreds, death metal out of San Jose, California. Been around since 2016. This is the third full-length album put out by Relapse Records. I have heard some Ripped to Shreds before. I've checked out songs, here and there that people have posted, and really killer stuff. This is actually the first album that I've ever picked up that I can remember from this project. But yeah, really looking forward to jamming this one, especially out of all these. Next up, big shout out to my brother from another mother from another country, Bono, over at Good Music Promotions. I had showed him this band and this album in particular a while back. And here recently he finally, was like, hey, I finally got to listen to this. I absolutely loved it, and then glad that it's finally out, because at the time I think there was only like one single that had been released, so I had kind of forgotten about it, and then he brought this up, and I was like, wait, the whole thing's out, and it's out on CD finally. And he helped me track down a place that had it for a decent price, because a lot of it was like overseas or whatever. And then finally we found Nuclear War Now had it, and paid a little bit more than I really wanted to, but it saved me on shipping, and I got it a lot quicker than I probably would have otherwise. But this is Autophagy with Bacteriophage. Death metal band out of Portland, Oregon. Been around since 2018. This is their debut full-length album put out by Pulverized Records, at least on CD. I absolutely loved this band's demos. Just filthy, disgusting sounding death metal. And listened to this album last night for the first time, and they've still got it. This kicks so much ass, in my personal opinion. If you love what's going on with the Portland scene, then go check this band out, and especially if you love filthy death metal. Next up, this is a first for me as far as getting either of these bands' material, but this is a split between Fulci and Fluids. Gotta flip the page here. Real professional, ain't I, folks? Alrighty, back to it. Fulci, brutal death metal out of Italy, been around since 2013, and then Fluids is brutal death metal / grindcore out of Phoenix, Arizona, been around since 2018. This is put out by Night Shift Records, and you get 2 tracks from Fulci and 1 track from Fluids. And man, I was super impressed with both of these bands. I am definitely going to be trying to track down more material from them. It's hard really to describe their sound. You got to hear for yourself. But trust me, they are good. Next up, another album that I have been anxious for. I actually had a promo of this. I've had it for a while, and I've been meaning to do a review of it, and it will be getting a review here at some point. But with everything I had going on with my health issues and everything, I was not thinking about doing reviews. I mean, I kind of was, but I was in no shape to even try. So, yeah, this will get done. But this is Deatherus, Unrelenting Malevolence. Death thrash out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Been around since 2014. This is their second full-length album put out by Redefining Darkness Records, who honestly here lately has just been absolutely killing it with releases. I actually got their debut album in a metalhead box, and I've been a fan ever since. And I actually got to listen to this last night, and it sounds absolutely savage. If you love death thrash, go check out Deatherus. Another band that I've been seeing get a lot of hype, especially this release here. And I finally checked it out a little bit, and I was like, All right, I can get down with that. So when I had a chance, I picked up a copy. This is Writhing with of Earth and Flesh. Again, another case of I need a shirt with this artwork on it. Not only because the artwork is badass, but I really dig their logo. But yeah, death metal out of Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Been around since 2019. This is their debut full-length album put out by Everlasting Spew Records. And yeah, this definitely lived up to all the hype. Really solid sounding death metal. Next up, this band I actually discovered because a guy I'm friends with, well, now I'm friends with him on Facebook. But at the time, he was just in the same group that I was in, or am in, I should say, on Facebook. And he posted about seeing this band open up for, I believe it was Exhumed. And he talked highly about how great they were and everything else. So I went and checked out their stuff on Bandcamp. Loved what I was hearing. Get that out of the way there. There we go. And yeah, so I picked up both of their releases, but this one is their newest one. This is Cartilage with The Deader, The Better. Death metal, grindcore out of San Francisco, California. Been around since 2014. This is their second full-length album out on Creator Destructor Records. And essentially, if you love bands like Impaled, Exhumed, General Surgery, and the Ilk, then you would definitely enjoy Cartilage, I think. Definitely worth checking out. Next up, Seep with Hymns to the Gore. Doom Death out of Maine, been around since 2019. This is actually the project of the owner of Gurgling Gore, and this is his debut full-length album with this project put out by Extremely Rotten Productions. I actually reviewed his debut EP, and much like that EP, this is just filthy, disgusting sounding Doom Death. I mean, the artwork alone should give you an idea of what you're in for. But yeah, really solid release. Definitely give that one a listen. And finally, Void Witch with their self-titled. Another Doom Death act, this time out of Austin, Texas. Been around since just last year in 2021. This is the debut EP for this project, put out by Everlasting Spew Records. And yeah, really solid Doom Death. I really enjoy this. I think the first time I listened to it, I think I spun it like 2 or 3 times in a row. Really good. So yeah, definitely give that one a go. And yeah, that is going to do it. Yeah, like I said, I had a lot of 22 releases to get through, and I've got even more stuff that has shown up that is not only 2022. God, I cannot talk today. But also just, older releases. I've got a bunch of stuff that I've been finding in half-price books over the last couple trips that I've made there. So yeah, be on the lookout for those videos. And I got more reviews coming. As I said before, I am slowly trying to get back into the swing of things. So I'm kind of knocking the rust off. So you have to bear with me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.